Have you ever asked yourself, what is the natural human diet? I think a lot of people ponder this question, and there's a lot of conflicting information out there on what the correct answer is. But in reality, the answer is quite simple. All we have to do is look to nature. What's up, guys, and welcome to Activate True Health. My name's Alex Densberg. I'm back making another video. Finally, it's been a few months since I made a video. I've been in Ecuador, South America, at the fruit farm Terra Frutis. Got some papayas right here, papaya tree, some bananas over here, surrounded by fruit trees. It's been an amazing time here. I love this place so much. I'm going to be making some future videos about my experience here and some more videos about the place in general. But anyway, if this is your first time on this channel, I'm making videos about plant-based and living food nutrition, all things health and wellness, and the connection between the life choices that we are making and the life experiences that we are having. If any of that sounds interesting to you, consider hitting the subscribe button right here. In this video, I'm going to be answering some questions. Are humans, what species are humans? And what is the natural diet for humans? Okay, let's get into the video. Okay, so I want to start this off by just going through the four main species of mammals and what their species-specific diet is. So first we have carnivores, which consist of the cat family, like lions, tigers, and felines. They thrive off of eating other animals, off of eating meat. That's their species-specific diet, and they do great eating that type of food. Second, we have omnivores, which would be dogs, bears, pigs, things of that nature. And they thrive off of eating a variety of foods from other animals, from eating meat, and also plants, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, things like this. The third category would be herbivores. This would be things like zebras, horses, cows, sheep, goats, and they thrive off of eating greens, vegetables. That's what they're designed to eat, and that's what they do great eating. The fourth and last category of mammals would be frugivores. Now, this is mostly the primate family, and they thrive off of eating mostly fruit. Also some vegetables, greens, nuts, seeds, and insects. Now, what do you think a human most closely represents? Our closest cousins are the chimpanzees and the bonobos, which are primates, are frugivores. And I think it's pretty obvious that we're frugivores, and that's what I'm going to discuss in these upcoming parts. The oldest human poop that was ever discovered was found to be 50,000 years old. It was found near Spain. And what the scientists discovered from analyzing this poop was that our ancestors ate mostly plants. They determined this from the bacteria that was still in the poop. So let's discuss why humans are frugivores and why it's so obvious that we're not omnivores. Let's start with discussing some of the anatomy and physiology of humans compared to omnivores and carnivores. There's a lot of facts here, so we'll just get started with them. To start, humans and frugivores don't have very acidic stomach acid. Carnivores and omnivores have very, very strong stomach acid. This is meant for breaking down all the proteins that are in meat. We don't have that strong stomach acid. Another clear indication of this is if we eat raw meat, it's a very high chance that we can get sick. This is because of all the bacteria that's in raw meat. With carnivores and omnivores, the strong stomach acid that they have actually breaks down and neutralizes all of that bacteria in raw meat, so they're able to eat it and digest and metabolize it effectively without getting sick. If we try to do that, that doesn't happen. Carnivores and omnivores also release an enzyme called uricase that neutralizes the uric acid that is found in meat. Humans don't have the enzyme uricase. This uric acid that is found within meat can be very toxic for humans. So that's an enzyme that carnivores and omnivores have that humans don't. Now, there's an enzyme that frugivores and humans have that carnivores and omnivores don't. This is called amylase. It's a digestive enzyme meant for digesting carbohydrates. This means that carnivores and omnivores are meant to be thriving off of mostly fats and proteins. They can't really digest carbohydrates the same way that we do. Frugivores need fiber to activate peristalsis. Carnivores and omnivores don't. This peristalsis is what moves things through your intestines. And carnivores and omnivores, they don't need fiber to move things through. We need fiber. A frugivore's GI tract is 10 to 12 times its body length. A carnivore or an omnivore's GI tract is about 3 to 6 times its body length. This is because they're designed to eat meat. And what happens when you leave a piece of meat outside in the heat? It goes rotten, right? It putrefies. Well, now think about the inside of an intestinal tract. It's very warm inside there too. So when you're consuming meat, it actually putrefies inside of your intestines and all sorts of toxic byproducts are released. So this is why carnivores and omnivores have such short GI tracts, so they can quickly move the meat through their GI tract. One major difference that's so obvious to me that we are not omnivores or carnivores is that omnivores and carnivores, as mothers, they have litters of babies, tons of different babies at one time, like 5, 6 plus, versus frugivores have generally one child at a time. Frugivore mothers also have 2 breasts to feed up to 2 babies at once, whereas omnivores or carnivorous mothers have multiple teats to feed their entire litters at one time. To me, this is a very obvious point that we are not carnivores or omnivores. Unlike omnivores and carnivores, our brains thrive off of glucose. They actually need glucose. Now, our bodies can go through a process called gluconeogenesis, where we'll actually take fats or proteins and transform it into glucose for our brain to use. But the bottom line is our brains need glucose, and our primary source of glucose is going to be fruits and vegetables. Our bodies do not make vitamin C. Carnivores and omnivores' bodies do make vitamin C. So being a frugivore species, we have to consume vitamin C from food. This would be primarily from fruit. Frugivores tend to be able to walk on 2 feet, just like we do as humans, and all other types of mammals, such as carnivores, omnivores, herbivores, they all walk on 4 legs. Frugivores have trichromatic vision, where we're able to see all the different colors. This is because we're designed to be able to see fruit on a tree and be able to determine when it's ripe or not, because fruits become brightly colored when they're ripe. Whereas omnivores and carnivores are not able to see in nearly as much color as we do. If you look at our teeth, they do not match that of a carnivore or an omnivore. People think because we have these small little canines that means that we're omnivores. Well, I'd like to see anybody try to rip an animal apart with these little teeth. If you actually compare our teeth to that of a frugivore, it matches exactly. But if you compare it to an omnivore or carnivore, it's very much different. The size of our livers are very much smaller than that of a carnivore or an omnivore. Frugivores, like humans, sweat from all pores of our body, whereas omnivores and carnivores only sweat from their paws, and this is why they constantly pant to let out body heat. The circadian rhythm between frugivores and other species like omnivores and carnivores is massively different. A frugivore only generally needs to sleep about 8 hours a night, whereas omnivores and carnivores sleep up to 20 hours a day. Now let's talk about some natural instincts. If you put a live bunny rabbit and some fresh fruit in front of a 6-month-old baby, they're gonna go for the fruit every time. They're not gonna try and kill this animal to eat it. For an animal that's designed to eat meat, the sight of a live animal makes them salivate. Like a lion sees a zebra that's roaming in the grass, they start to salivate and start to get extremely hungry just looking at this alive animal. For humans, when we look at an alive animal, most of us find these animals cute and lovable, and we don't want to hurt them at all. We do not have claws. This is a very obvious sign. All omnivores or carnivores have claws that are meant for killing things. We do not have claws that are meant for killing things. Our hands are perfectly designed to pick fresh fruit off of a tree, and that's where we should be getting our food. In a completely natural environment, trying to kill a big animal such as a pig or a cow with our bare hands is not going to happen. We need tools to be able to kill animals. Whereas something like a lion or even a dog, they're able to hunt down their prey and kill it, and then they eat the food and it's delicious to them in the raw state. They love the hair, the bones, the blood. They love all of it. And to us, most of that is just absolutely disgusting. Most people will not eat raw meat, let alone kill their own animal to eat it. Carnivores and omnivores have taste receptors for protein, where frugivores don't. For them, eating animal flesh with the protein is going to taste delicious. For us, it does not at all. We need tons of herbs and spices and salt to make meat even taste somewhat good. If you think about putting a bunch of fruit together in a blender and blending it up, most people think it's delicious. A smoothie most people love. If you think about putting a dead animal in a blender and blending it up, most people are absolutely repulsed by that idea. To me, that is a clear indication that we're not designed to be eating that way. Another clear sign that we're frugivores is fruit is the easiest digesting food for humans. This is scientifically verified that fruit is by far the fastest and most easily digestible food that we have. Fruit is the perfect food for humans. It has vitamins and minerals and antioxidants that are so crucial for our health. It has all the simple sugars that we need for energy. It has almost all the protein we need, and most people don't realize this, but if you go to chronometer.com, which is a tool for tracking all of your nutrients in a day, if you eat all fruit in a day, it'll give you about 80% of your protein needs right there. Fruit has the perfect balance to omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. Fruit has almost all the vitamins and minerals that we need. I think if we eat fruit, greens, and nuts and seeds, we can get all of the protein, all of the fat, all of the vitamins, all of the minerals, all the carbs, all the antioxidants, all the biophotons. Everything is in fruit that we need. It is honestly the perfect food for humans. That's it for this video, guys. I hope that you can see clearly that humans are frugivores. We are not omnivores. We are designed to eat fruit. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, please drop one down below. I want to hear your thoughts on this video for sure. If you guys like this video, then consider hitting the subscribe button. I'll be making more videos just like this. So stay tuned. Much love.